I want to start this video off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This scripture dissection is going to be about John 3:16. It reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." So we're going to look at this, and we need to dissect this word world because it's very controversial. We need to know who the scripture is talking about. And we can do that by looking at this precept, Isaiah 45:17. "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." So as we can see, Israel is considered the world without end, which means that world doesn't always have to mean everybody, which everybody thinks it always does. Because in the scriptural context, the world is only used for Israel. Like, that's a world in itself. And well, in John 3:16, like, that's what it's trying to say. This can also be proven by looking at just the definition of the word world in general. If we go down to number 7, it says, "A division or generation of the inhabitants of the earth distinguished by living together at the same place or at the same time. Also, a distinctive class of persons or their sphere of interest or activity." So this is telling us that world doesn't have to just mean everybody. It doesn't have to mean literally the whole world. It can just mean a distinctive class of people. So that's why if you look at the Israelites, they're a very distinctive class of people. Out of the whole earth, the Most High only chose them. Let's prove that real quick. Deuteronomy 7:6. "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So yeah, the Most High was never dealing with all these other nations. That's why John 3:16 can't mean everybody. He was only messing with Israel. That's all he's ever been about. Then let's go into the etymology of the word world. It goes back to a word called, let me back up a little bit for y'all. Because yeah, when you first research it in the Greek, it comes to the word cosmos. But if you go to the root word etymology, it comes to this word chemizo. Go down here, and then one of the biblical usages is to receive, obtain the promised blessing. And there was only one group in the Bible that was ever promised or was ever blessed. If we go to Romans 9:4, "Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises." He only promised anything to Israelites. That's the key point. John 3:16 is referring just to Israelites. Because if we look at 1 Kings 9:7, "Then I will cut off Israel from the land which I have given them, and this house which I have consecrated for my name I will cast out of my sight. Israel will be a proverb and a byword among all people." So the Most High had to cut off Israel because we know that the northern kingdom was going off. They were not keeping any laws. They were into idolatry and everything like that. If you read the history on that, so he had to cut them off. But then that's why he sent Yahushua down when he said in Matthew 15:24, "But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." He sent Yahushua down to redeem Israel. That was his goal. Just like in John 3:16, it says that he gave his only begotten Son. So yeah, he gave his only begotten Son for Israel, as we just read right here. He only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So now that we got that cleared up, we know that the world is talking about the Israelites. We also, another key thing we have to dissect is the word believeth. To do that, we can look at, well, I guess first we just talk about, everybody says believe just means to just know something's there, know it exists. Like, oh, I believe in, like, that cup's over there. Like, I know that cup is there. But believeth in the scripture means something different. Because we go to James 2:26, it says, "For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead." So just because you have faith and you might believe in something, if you have no works, then it's dead. It doesn't matter at all. And the works that the Bible's talking about is 1 John 5:3. "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous." So that is what you must do if you want to really believe in the Most High and show him that you really believe in him. You have to keep his commandments, laws, and statutes to the best of your ability in this captivity. That is the whole goal. And also, if we go back and look at believeth in the Greek, it comes to this word. I cannot pronounce that, y'all. Bear with me. But then if we go down here, yeah, right here, "To trust in Jesus of God as able to aid either in obtaining or in doing something, saving faith." So, see, you obtain it by doing something. That's what you have to do. And we know what you have to do is keep the commandments. That's the whole point of it. So yeah, if you go to the Greek of the word believeth, you'll find this on Blue Letter Bible, and it'll definitely give you some more support for what you have to do, what the believing is talking about in that context. But yeah, so then if you do that, if you believe like even His commandments, and you are an Israelite, you will, y'all willing, get everlasting life. And that's about. I just want to wrap it up with that, guys. Hope this video was edifying. I want to say Shalom Israel.